It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Marks and Spencer's. It's been brewed by Arbor Brewing Company, or Arbor Beers, Arbor Brewery. And this is their salted caramel Billionaire Stout. I've heard of that somewhere before. A millionaire stout, a billionaire stout. I've heard of this before. But it's not from Arbor and it's not from M&S. 440 milliliter can, 6% ABV. The beer was £3 in my local Marks and Spencer. Incidentally, my local Marks and Spencer is the first Marks and Spencer in the UK, in Cardiff of all places. It's been refurbished, the food store, and it's their new concept of what they want the future of Marks and Spencer's food halls to look like. And I gotta be honest with you, walking down the beer aisle was like walking into a really fancy bottle shop. There was a couple of oak barrels kind of dotted about. All of the wine was high, the beers were kind of really well presented. It was kind of like, whoa, where am I? This is really nice. Really nice. And it made me pick up beers which I kind of maybe would have gone, oh, I'll review that in a few months. I'm talking about this beer. A Czech Pilsner lager from Marks and Spencer. Honestly, on the shelf, the way they did the lighting with the barrels around, that looked amazing on the shelf. That kind of really lit up. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the Marks and Spencer's Czech Pilsner or their food hall, really. We're here to talk about this beer today. I'm going to say it again, Billionaire Stout. Where have we heard that before? I'll talk to you a little bit more about that a little bit later on. Because I don't want to be too controversial in the review too early, do I? But we will get to it. We will talk about the brewery who started that concept of having millionaire stouts and billionaire stouts. And it is slightly cheeky. I got to be honest, it's slightly cheeky by Arbor and Marks and Spencer to almost rip those poor people off. But yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. Let's talk about the beer first. 2-finger tan coloured head, jet black beer in the glass, carbonation rising up the glass, looks very, very good. Let's get the aroma. Toffee, chocolate, milk chocolate / hot chocolate, if that makes sense. It's got a kind of a hot chocolate aroma to it. My daughter, she's 11. She goes to karate on a Monday and a Tuesday night. And whenever she finishes karate about 8 o'clock, she always says to me on the way home, Dad, will you make me a hot chocolate when you get in? And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll make you a hot chocolate. I don't really drink the stuff myself, but I've made enough of hot chocolate that you can smell it when you're making it. You can smell the powder as you open the tub, and this has got a very, very hot chocolate kind of powder vibe to it. But it looks good. Smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's good. It's really good. Carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth. You got a chocolatey kind of feel to the beer. You definitely got a hot chocolatey feel to the beer. It's got a lovely mouth feel. It's creamy, it's rich, it's lovely. It's meant to make you feel that kind of, they've called it Billionaire Stout. They've really kind of put their nail to the kind of mast. They've put their flag to the mast here with this, haven't they? By calling a beer Billionaire Stout, it better be thick, it better be luxurious, it better be kind of absolutely perfect. It's a £3 can of beer in Marks and Spencer. If you bought this in a bottle shop by an absolutely kind of, I mean, Arbor are independent, but they've been backed by Marks and Spencer's with this. If you bought this from a small micro, maybe medium-sized brewer, maybe Verdant or Cloudwater, and you paid £6, £7, maybe £8 for the can of this, they would definitely do a better job. They would definitely do the better job of calling a beer, even calling it Millionaire Stout. You really would be thinking you are drinking something really sumptuous. It's not an £8 can of beer though. It's a £3 can of beer, but it shows. It shows. You feel that almost like they've sprinkled hot chocolate powder into this beer. Yeah, it's an adjunct beer. It's a kind of hot chocolate flavoured adjuncty kind of beer. But it's got a nice creaminess to it. It's bold enough. It's not, what I'm trying to say is here, it's not stout enough like. It's not enough like a stout for me. There's not enough roasted malt flavour going on here. I want to taste a little bit more bitterness from this beer. I want to taste a little bit more of that roasted malt. But I understand it's salted caramel. Yes, 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 yes. If you close your eyes, if you were to try and kind of imagine what a salted caramel Billionaire Stout would taste like in the eyes of a billionaire, then this might be close. But to somebody who kind of understands their beer and knows their beer, and there's a lot of you out there, it's not just me, there's a lot of you out there who know and understand your beer, you will know that this has been thickened out with either lactose or oat. You'll know that they've added a ton of tinned, packaged hot chocolate powder. This is the important thing. They told you it's salted caramel. So you kind of go, and certainly if you're not a big craft beer drinker, maybe you drink one beer a month. Maybe you have one beer a week. Maybe you treat yourself to, or maybe you've seen this on the shelf, on the shelf, and you've gone, ooh, that looks good, I'm going to buy that. Then they will make you believe that you're drinking a salted caramel Billionaire Stout. But make no mistake, this is a thickened up 6% ABV base stout with not much roasted malt, but with a ton of kind of hot chocolate kind of powder thrown into the mix. And it's enough to make you go, ah, yeah, salted caramel, they've done a great job. The brewery in question who invented this style of beer are, of course, Siren Craft Brew. Siren Craft Brew made a Millionaire Stout, which was very good, did very well. Even sold it in Morrison's. And then, of course, they went on to produce a double version, which was called Billionaire Stout. And then, I don't know, a couple of years later, Arbor and M&S have just completely ripped off this brewery's whole kind of name, and the naming of the beer. I mean, it's not a style, is it? Billionaire Stout is not a beer style. A stout is a beer style. An ale is a beer. Imperial Stout is a beer style. A best bitter is a beer style. A saison is a beer style. A blonde, a double, a triple, a German Weiss beer are beer styles. Other people are allowed to brew those styles of beer because it's a style. But to pinch somebody's name, Billionaire Stout is not a style. It's a name of a beer. And I feel it's quite almost rude that M&S and Arbor have done that. Oh, and it's lactose. Oof. Yeah, not a massive fan of lactose. Anyway, rating for the beer then. It's a bit of a rip-off. It's a bit... I picked this up and laughed. My initial reaction was, oh my good, and I laughed. I thought, And I was looking for Siren. I was thinking, where's Siren on here? But it was Arbor and M&S, and I thought, have you really ripped off Siren Craft Brew with their Billionaire Stout name? Millionaire Stout name. And they've gone and done it. They just don't care. I like it. It's a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10. It's a £3 can of beer filled with hot chocolate powder. 7 out of 10. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.